Chair, if something is a constitutional imperative and you have a national executive there, and we've gone through this conversation, for instance, Governor, you raise a valid point. We are still using the audited accounts of 3-5 years ago. I did the math, it is about 500 billion behind, which is denying counties, if you applied just 15% on that, almost 60 billion Kenya shillings, and it will resolve some of these issues. Secondly, there's a question of disbursements in terms of the regularity and predictability of that, disbursement. We have argued in the Senate that that disbursement schedule that we pass is of no use, because it's supposed to give governors and county executives some level of comfort that on the 15th of each month we will receive exchequer release. But when John Badi, for instance, comes to the Senate, he says that, oh, that thing is just there as a guide, and that Treasury has to look at exchequer and so on and so forth. But we don't hear the same complaints when it comes to national government entities. Somehow their budgets never delay. I've never had the State House Comptroller, your friend, crying that State House has not received. In fact, the reports we see is that they have actually expended their monies way in advance, 9 months into the financial year. So we have tried to push that argument, Governor, that somehow that national treasury thinks it's a national government treasury, that the priorities of national government institutions actually are higher placed than the county governments. Some of us believe that it doesn't matter which geniuses you have in the county governments. If the national government is out to frustrate devolution, they will do it. And you will find these people sometimes struggling. Just even here in Nairobi, Senator, if you don't know when you're going to be paid, how do you know when you will pay your rent, how your kids will go to school? It is very difficult to plan, which is why we believe, some of us, the solution to devolution, the biggest threat to devolution is at State House, and that's where we're going, so that we can be able to resolve that problem.
Yeah, I think now you're getting into problems. Let Chair regulate it.
Chair, you know, in our standing orders, there is what we call relevance. I don't think this committee is a platform for campaigns, but let me leave it there. I know SIFUNA has other better forums than using this committee to advance his own agenda, but we will listen to him and we'll answer him in other fora, not here. Chair, my only concern was this 340 million that was in this annex number 2. And Governor, when we'll come to receiver of revenue, I will also have something to say, especially on the issue of Magadi and Amboseli, but I hope when we are on receiver on revenue, Chair, you'll have. But my only concern, if you look at the pending balance as of 30th June 2025, the office of the county attorney was 0. Until some time, they got a pending balance of 340 million for 9,155. And we know the issue of contingency liabilities and legal pending bills. You remember Nairobi, one of our colleagues had a pending bill of 1.1, was it 1.1 billion legal fees? So I really want to understand, Governor, what is it? Because it's the highest pending balance as 30th June 2025 in the year under review. And then there is your office of the governor was nil until it appeared with 35,044,479. Give us the justification. And what we call County Public Service Board at 000 until it appeared with 30,382,667. That will be re-emphasizing what the justification of this growth. Secondly, I don't know whether I heard your CCM that on the settling of pending bills below 1 million, it should be given priority. In as much as they might be the aging analysis that has come from different year. Finally, I've heard your reason is on delay exchequer releases and shortfall in revenue. I don't know, you know, it's hard to tie up since we have not gone to receiver of revenue. But I thought the budget is based on the planning and program based in the budgeting. So that if you know you are giving a project, you give with the resources that you have. And that is why there was this issue of EGP. And we were arguing that you cannot procure without having resources. So what do you have to say about that? On the issue, finally, Chair, while I agree counties are struggling with pending bills, I know that it's approaching 200 billion. The Constitution is very clear, Article 219. When money is passed, it should be released without undue delay. And you remember the former CS Ukuri Yatani, we had to censure him in the last session for delay your former colleague Ukuri Yatani. So it is a constitutional issue. But on the issue of latest audited accounts, I think as a parliament we should blame ourselves, because it is the National Assembly who does that job. It is not you as the governors or as the Senate. So we should blame ourselves, especially our colleagues in the law house, of the latest audited accounts. Because you have to appreciate one thing, by the way, let me add this, us in the Senate chair, and you are aware, we were pushing for more than 450 billion. It is after the member of ODMSG SIFUNA went and decided that the counties must be given 428 billion, and they were adding 1 billion each, 1 billion after every time. So I think we have a broader. I'm saying
You are making a very good point, but I think you are losing it.
no, I'm saying as a
with that
Senate,
reference to ODM.
I'm saying the member of SIFUNA, because he's still the SG unless he resigned. So the point I'm trying to make is that because I heard him saying former party when he was congratulating the MCS or former. So, Chair, what I'm trying to say, let us leave that one, ignore that, Chair, is as a Senate, we have really tried to ensure that there is enough resources for counties. But the question is, even if we allocate, is it viability of getting your whole money in good time to ensure you expend before the end of financial year? I think that's the conversation you should advise your colleagues, especially when you are COG retreat, so that we can have a united force to make a better devolution. So we'll
Thank
my
you.
3 questions.
I think you asked specific questions on growth in the county attorney, the governor's office, and the county public service board. I think let's just deal with that, Governor.
Thank you, Chair. Let me ask the county attorney who is here to speak into that. And sorry, how does this step out? Sorry, Chair. I will ask Parsita to take up the governor's office and county public service board.
Yeah, please, because members, we are not doing very well in terms of time. Yeah, please just state your name again and your designation, then.
Thank you, Chairman. Richard Parsita, Director Internal Audit. The question was,
Do you need to be reminded of the question?
yes.
But why are you standing if you don't know the question?
I've had the issue of zero balances and then open and then again growing balances. Because I think when you are checking on the schedule.
Governor?
Chair, we are lost. I'll leave Parsita alone. Joshua and I will take the questions quickly. Yes.
Well, Chair, about the issue of penny bills that have been asked about the governor's office and the public service board. I mean the public service board. Normally, these are not development current bills. It is current bills occasioned by the operation and maintenance that the county runs. And for example, the office of the governor does some of the functions, and because of the shortfall in our revenues, and we're not able to pay up the operation and maintenance as has been procured, that occasioned the escalation of penny bills under the current expenditure. So whatever you see there in that schedule is as a result of the operation and maintenance expenditures that have been procured, and the county is not able to pay it in full, given the reasons of shortfall in revenues and exchequer releases coming late at the tail end of the financial year. So about the legal, let me give the county attorney to say.
Yeah, please, very precise, direct answers.
Thank you, Chair.
My response is very clear. The fee or the amount that was pushed to my office does not belong to, is not a fee note or legal fees. That is a contingent liability that the county government inherited from the defunct local authority.
Those are contingent liabilities?
Yes.
So they should not be trade payables?
They are not, because someone was asking, I think the Honorable Senator for Nandi was asking whether that is a scenario that appeared in Nairobi. We have not had a budget of legal fees that exceed 100 million. So that is a contingent liability belonging to the famous Kilimanjaro case, the hotel that is in Amboseli that became a swamp. And the first county government did accept it as a liability. And that liability should not have borne by the county government. It should have been part of the liabilities that were...
County Attorney,
There is nil in contingent.
there is a schedule that you have attached. And on that schedule, there is a long list of fee notes where it is not paginated, but members, if you go through the last schedule before you go to Annex 5, you'll see a long list of fee notes, provision of legal services. There is one legal services to Beacon Joroge and Company Advocates, Kajiado High Court Petition number 2 of 2019. It's clearly indicated as a fee note of 207 million. So you can't have this listed as a fee note and then you deny it and say they are contingent liabilities. Are these actual liabilities that have matured, or these are still matters pending determination?
Chair, and in addition, so that he can answer, but looking at their financial statements, they have not disclosed the contingent liabilities.
Yeah, so let's agree that what we are looking at are these contingent liabilities, or these are mature obligations, because those two are different.
Thank you, Chair. I didn't have this column of the reporting, but what I can tell you is our legal fee budget for the year has never exceeded 100 million every year.
So
what we have here, we have.
Attorney, I'm sorry, with a lot of respect.
Okay.
What we make of this schedule, because it has been submitted to us, tabled by the governor,
Okay.
I believe in good faith, to indicate the situation. And you've got one page, a full page of fee notes. If you add it all up, a quick summation will bring it to probably 300 million.
And I can also agree that fee note could come up to that amount.
Yeah.
But every time we pay a fee note, we don't exactly pay what they ask for. It has to be itemized, and there is a schedule I submitted to finance, so maybe this one will clarify the issue. I submitted pending obligations we have in terms of lawyers who have offered services to the county. I also submitted a list of taxed bills. By the time the lawyer taxes a bill, you have fallen out, the relationship, and the bill has been taxed. But there were, I think, around 60 million.
So what are the outstanding mature obligations from the legal, arising from legal fees?
They could be more than 400.
More than 400?
Yes.
And contingent liabilities? The matters that are still in
contingent liabilities could go to maybe more than 500.
Of course, I think Senator Cherargei has indicated that that has not